Now, a rut is something where, let's say you're going pretty well in life, right? You're doing the right things, whatever, everything's going well for you. You're almost in kind of like a flow state. You're having some momentum behind you, and your life is going in one particular direction. It's progressing nicely, and then suddenly you hit a speed bump. And there's this period of, maybe a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months. You do not want to go to the point where it's a couple of years, because if it's a couple of years, it's not even about, it's beyond that. A couple of months, let's say, where it's just come down a bit. You're not feeling that same motivation, that same drive anymore. You're not able to get the same things done that you were able to a couple of months before, and you feel kind of stuck. Now, this is a rut. Now, for people who live this kind of a life daily anyway, like throughout their life, this is not a rut, it's just their lifestyle. But a rut is when it's almost just a phase where you're not quite your best self. Now, the way you get back or you get out of this rut is literally by, first of all, get the get the previous version of yourself out of your head. Stop thinking, oh, I was like this, so I should be able to get to it. Because once you get into a rut, it's almost like it's a subconscious thing where you're not even thinking about it. It just happens somehow. Everyone will go through it at some point. You just kind of fall off a bit. You're just stuck. And that motivation, that drive is not there anymore to do the things that you were doing. Now, the way you get out of this is, first of all, not think about what you were doing a couple of months ago. Oh, I was on point, everything was perfect. Stop, just forget about that. Literally, just take it step by step. What do you have to do to get back into the best version of yourself? What were you doing then? Start doing it now again. Forget the fact that, oh, I'm in this guy, I'm not the same version of. Just forget all that. Just get back on track, and I promise you, if you stick to it and be consistent, in a couple of weeks you'll be back at you have the momentum behind you again. Because something, for example, it's always easier to resume doing something than to start doing it as a whole. For a guy who goes to the gym every single day, let's say for 2 3 years, and then he has a couple of, let's say, 3 months where he gets injured and doesn't go to it, he's going to find it easier and be able to gain the muscle that he lost very quickly, rather than a person who's starting out in the first place. That's the same when it comes to a rut. You may have lived a way of life, and then you'll be going through this rut. It's much easier to get back to that way of life than trying to build up that new way of life in the first place. So literally take it step by step. Okay, what were you doing then? What do I need to do to be consistent? Start doing it day by day. Set up a routine. Setting up a routine is one of the most underrated but simplest and easiest and most efficient ways you can be productive and pretty much get the best version of yourself. It does not have to be perfect. I'm not telling you need to, 6 a.m. do this, 6:35 you do this, 8:35 p.m. you do this. No, just typical routine, an idea of what you're going to do when you wake up every single day. Trust me, it'll make the world of a difference. And soon, before you even realize it, that flow, that momentum, everything will be back, and you'll be feeling at your best again.